So as many of you know, we have an incredibly diverse district, and this district includes 55,000 members of the Hasidic community. Those Hasids are divided between two major sects, the Aaronites and the Zalmanim. These sects don't get along. They often support different political candidates. The Zalmanim have long been courted by veto, and they went with Steve in the last election, to the degree that if they hadn't supported Steve, he actually would have finished fourth. It's fine to get your votes where you can. I have no problem with that. The problem is that this is a needy community. The average family income is just $19,000 a year. Since Steve got into office, he has completely and utterly ignored the entire 20,000 Aaronite community. He's refused to meet with them once. He's ignored their needs. They've reached out to him and reached out to him and reached out to him. They have poor children. They have many needs. Finally, about 2 months ago, you were confronted about this at an NKD meeting, actually, and you said, of course I'll reach out to you. Of course I'll meet with you. So they reached out to you yet again. They called your office the next day, and the next day after that, and still you continue to ignore 20,000 working class residents of this district. I'm wondering how you can justify that and who you are serving by doing so.
Well, the fact of the matter is that, one thing, there are not just two sects of Hasidic Jews in Williamsburg. There are actually many sects. And I've met with all of them numerous times. So when there have been issues that have come up around child care, after-school vouchers, I've met with all the leaders of all of the yeshivas, including the Aronis, including the Zalis, including the Kupas, and the Klosenberg, and the Levin, and the Vishnitz. And I meet with all of them on the issues that really matter. When it comes to standing up for child care, standing up for equal access to education dollars, I have met with the leaders of those institutions. I don't ask which sect they belong to. I meet with them. My office, furthermore, has a policy, an open door policy to any constituent that comes to us. We receive calls from dozens of Hasidic constituents easily, probably many dozens a month. We never ask what sect they belong to. We serve them, we serve their needs. If it's a question with NYCHA, if it's a question with the school system, if it's a question about their child care vouchers, we serve those people. In addition, when the Aronian faction had an issue with the Department of Buildings around their mikvah, which is their ritual bath, I went to the buildings department. I worked with that community. I worked with the deputy commissioner of the buildings department to ensure that they got their building permits. So if some of the political folks in that community want to make a big issue about having a political meeting, that's one thing. But when it comes to serving the constituents, I've been there time and again. My staff is there. Again, my office has an open door policy. We don't ask what sect you belong to. We ask, are you in need, and how can we help?
Steve, sometimes we have minor disagreements, and that's fine, and I'm happy to be polite about those, but frankly, what you just heard is a bald-faced lie. Talk to any member of the Aaronite community, and they will tell you he has completely and utterly ignored them. There was a measles outbreak in the school system in the entire Hasidic community over the summer. It was bad. Steve correctly organized a community outreach. He organized a measles information program, a meeting. He actively did not invite anyone from the 20,000 members of the Aaronite community. I talked to one of their school leaders, Isaac Sofer, who runs a school program with 6,000 students. And he tells me that Steve not only refuses to meet with them, but he refuses to even shake his hand, and he crosses the street when he sees them coming. This is not appropriate behavior of a person.
I just have to respect that. I'm sorry. That's simply not true. In fact, I went back. I anticipated that Mr. Pierson was going to say this, and so I looked at the email inviting yeshiva leaders to that measles meeting that we had a couple of months ago. And the head of Central UTA was on that email list, on that invitation. I'm not sure why he didn't come to the meeting, but he certainly was invited, sir.
I'm happy to make people available to the press that will dispute that.